This isn't even a Thor episode.
Not even, but like there's going to be a lot of Thor talk. Okay.
I'm ready now.
Back on Lethal Comics YouTube show. This is a very special show for me. Carl, not only are we both dressed like the Terminator, but we are also, it's hammer time. We're talking about John Buscema.
Finally.
For an hour.
I feel like we've talked about John Buscema many, many times on this show, but now we're going to really get into it.
Why do we always talk about John Buscema?
Well, aside from the fact that he's amazing, he was also prolific as hell. And I think like next to Jack Kirby, kind of established, are you taking my hammer away?
I'm taking your hammer.
As over my dead body.
over my cold dead body.
Established like kind of like the Marvel style.
Yeah.
Right? Like I know he was tasked with doing a like Jack Kirby kind of style for a while, and then kind of went on to become more himself on these books. But like when I think of Marvel Comics,
I think of Big John.
I think of John. Yeah.
I think of Big John.
Yeah. More so than like John's imagery comes to me before Jack's.
Yes.
When I think of Marvel.
Absolutely. Yeah, me too.
As much as I love Kirby, and before Romita's.
And before Byrne for me. So it's one of those things. It's really wacky. John Buscema, obviously, I found him through Conan.
Right? You did. I didn't.
Yeah. So I found him through Conan, and then when we went on our Kirby rampage at Comic Hunter,
that's when I discovered. I'm still going.
Yeah, that's when I discovered that he had done a run on Thor, and now I'm basically playing catch up on the fact that he did almost everything.
Yeah,
he worked on almost everything.
Giant run of Conan, giant run of Thor, giant run of Avengers, Wolverine,
he was Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry. There is no Silver Surfer here because it is really expensive.
I have one issue of it and I can't find it. I really wanted to look at it because I'd love to do a whole episode just about Silver Surfer if we can get them because and we've listened to interviews with John where he talks about his evolution, his stylistic evolution, which happened on Silver Surfer, where he started out doing like Kirby-esque stuff and then started doing stuff he was happy with, but Stan shot him down.
Yeah.
And you can see in the pages how his work kind of, because eventually he's like, well, fuck it. I'll just go back to what they want. And then like there's a shift in styles. Right?
So that's that great story where he did, is it Silver Surfer issue 4 or issue 8? I forget the issue. But yeah, it's basically where he departed from Kirby and Jack. And the sales started to were kind of already weird, and Jack shot the issue down. Stan shot the issue down, and basically talked crap about it. And then years later, brought up that issue, saying it was the best thing he ever did. Yeah. And Big John is like, "That's the issue that you basically like told me I sucked."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a classic story.
So
I think he repeats it a few times. From different sources, but yeah, so super cool. But. Yeah, we took a look at Conan already. I don't know if we've aired that episode.
Yeah, I mean, so we did a deep dive into, we did a whole episode on Sword and Sorcery comics. So we did a lot of Conan. Again, just as a recap, I just put it in here. One of the big reasons I fell in love with Jack in the first place. John, they're all J's. With Big John was this stuff with Alcala. All his Conan stuff, this whole run. That's what got me really into Big John. And from there, the next thing I want to tell you about, which I think we might have brought up briefly in another episode, was, I mean, this stuff is brilliant. Mm-hmm. Like John's work on Conan.
But looks nothing like his later Marvel stuff. 200
stories of Conan. Basically, you could say his seminal work and the most stuff he did was Conan. But the stuff another thing that I absolutely love, and I have some funny stories about this, is his work on Frankenstein. So the monster of Frankenstein, John did a run of this as well. And in the Monster Comics episode, I talk about how Monster Comics are what had me falling in love with comics. Mm-hmm. I also had these, not even realizing it was Big John. So from these sort of like Frankenstein comics that I also loved, that was part of, it's just Marvel always looked like this to me, right? It always looked like Big John. And I remember years and years and years ago, his granddaughter, Steph Buscema, who is a artist, painter, cartoonist, she's amazing. Like her work is absolutely genius. She lives with her husband in Long Island, and I became really good friends with her. And years back, I went and stayed with her in Long Island one night. And when I was staying with her, she brought out this giant stack of Big John's work that she had, just like
of the original pages.
11 by 17. Yeah. He had like hand painted a bunch of Conans in there. There was all kinds of crazy stuff. And I spent, I think, like 2 hours just going through every piece of original artwork that he did that she had. And it was like one of the best things. But I said to her, she was like, of my grandfather, what's your favorite stuff? And at that time, I was like, oh, I'm really into the Frankenstein stuff right now. I love his Frankenstein work. And she was like, oh, that was like some of his favorite stuff ever. Yeah. He loved doing Frankenstein. And I was really jazzed about it. And she's super talented and like really, really, really cool. But during this whole resurgence that we've had going to Comic Hunter and recollecting again, I think you're still on the Kirby train, but I've definitely moved off into the John Buscema train.
I'm on the Kirby train because I just want to have all of it, and I especially like, I like his like New Gods, and I like all of Kirby, but like I'm interested in like when he's just doing his own stuff, like the auteur Kirby, where it's just all Jack. But yeah, no, I'm totally on board with all the Buscema stuff, and I feel like it's. I think he draws some of the most beautiful comic art, also some of the most beautiful people, and also it's so rock solid.
The anatomy is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It has the power of Kirby. It has like the storytelling and the energy of Kirby. It's just kind of like he just has like a bit of a more classic.
I was gonna say there's a classical kind of like
vibe
to it. Like I always, when I think of Buscema, I always often think like about his like pant cuffs.
Yeah.
Like, no one draws pant cuffs and feet and shoes like John.
So in this thing where I've moved over to Buscema Thors, and like now I'm collecting these like crazy, and have like a ton of them. This comic here in particular is like one of my favorites, and it's basically Loki and Thor, and I think it's a bit of like there's like a three witch thing happening kind of, and he's in this weird sort of mind state, and in this whole comic is Ragnarok. So it's issue 200, and it's the entirety of the tale. Yeah, there's one of the witches. Entirety of the tale of Ragnarok, and it's basically the end of Asgard, the end of the world. Loki's there causing trouble, and if you know anything about the tale of Ragnarok, Odin is killed by the giant wolf, and Thor is killed by a giant serpent. Getting back to Conan fighting giant serpents, Thor dies by fighting this giant serpent, who ends up there is like this crazy giant serpent monster, but it's basically all of Asgard going to war against these giant monsters. Just and like look at that Loki face.
I never thought about it before, but
so cool.
Isn't Marvel Thor kind of just like science Conan?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, he's like sci-fi Conan a little bit. Like, and then I have that other thing that I feel like he's Marvel's Superman.
Thor?
Yeah, like he feels like Marvel's Superman at the same time as he's also, he's also got like Conan.
He checks a lot of boxes.
Sci-fi Conan.
There's a snake.
Yeah, there's the snake that he has to fight. So this is classic Norse mythology.
When I look at this stuff outside of the story, what I see is John like doing Kirby-esque.
Yeah,
like it's
completely.
I don't know if it's the material that he's drawing or if it's just that he was directed in a certain way, but like a lot of the hands he's drawing, a lot of the monsters,
like this kind of hand.
I
just like look at the gestures and the body structure and form in that tiny Thor drawing right there. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's perfect.
He also does a great, and I'm sure there's probably examples in here. Like every issue of a Buscema comic book has like a really weighty, massive shot of the character just planted on the earth, like just the way their legs are rooted to the ground.
Yeah,
that's in Wolverine. It's everywhere.
Tell me that's not Kirby. Like that's a Kirby panel of Kirby destruction. Oh, and this is the character from the movie.
Oh, Surtur?
Yeah. It's very cool. Yeah, I love that stuff. Love that book.
In fact, even like when you were flipping through it, like
issue 200 is like an amazing read. It's so cool.
200?
Yeah, Thor 200. Yeah.
So.
Oh, I love it. It's so dope.
Like, look at this hand.
Yeah, that's a Kirby hand.
Yeah, even the weight of the lines, like the way it's inked, has like kind of a Kirby.
So cool.
But then but then the faces are unmistakable.
Yeah, it's unmistakably.
Especially, let's move on to another issue, but because I want to.
This one. Okay, so this is a thing in Thor that I'm not hot on, but this issue's amazing because for a while, I think his name's Donald Blake. Yeah. And this is funny because this is a Comic Hunter comic I bought, didn't get a deal on at all, but it's got like stamps all over the front of it.
Yeah.
No deal given. None.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a Donald Blake episode with Dr. Doom, and it's so cool.
This one's Joe Sinnott.
Oh, is this whole issue Joe Sinnott?
No, well, inking.
Wait a second. Is that? Yeah, it's him inking. No, it's Big John. Yeah. So, I saw this at first. I was like, is that Kirby? No, this can't be Kirby.
Even the buildings look like Kirby.
Yeah, the buildings look like Kirby. Look at that great shot. Anyway, in this, near the end, he ends up seeing Dr. Doom's face. So this is a classic like G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes, Destro, Cobra Commando. Cover, right?
Like,
right here. Yeah. Check it out. It's so cool. So like Donald Blake, the Blaker, gets to see his face and he freaks out. And is like, because in this issue, Dr. Doom is trying to hire Donald Blake to fix him.
Right.
And then when Donald Blake sees his face, he freaks out and goes, "There's no way to fix that."
But doesn't Thor have Donald Blake's memories, or
I guess
are they different people?
I guess
I don't know much about.
I'm not into the Shazam style Captain Marvel Thor idea. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. It's fine. It's just not what I'm into. I just want to see Thor be Thor. You know, he's his own personality. He doesn't need this like trapped in the Donald Blake body thing. I don't know whose idea that was, but
well, I think like secret identities were just in.
Yeah,
cool, you know.
So that's a great comic that I super love.
I want to look at some of his Avengers.
Yeah, stuff, so the Avengers stuff is really great. So there's some Bronze Age here. So these three are Bronze Age. I was reading this comic yesterday. It is bananas. It is absolutely bananas. We got Thor, Iron Man, Vision is in it. I forget Black Panther, and all of a sudden this like wacky dragon shows up. And
that's John Buscema and Dave Cockrum.
Yeah, and if the fans could tell me, I was reading it last night, now I forget. This girl has like antennas, so I'm thinking it's the girl from
Mantis?
Guardians. I think it's Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy.
It doesn't say anywhere?
It probably did.
Oh yeah, I am Mantis' father, and she looks pretty shocked, so
yeah,
I'm guessing that's Mantis.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's Mantis. She does a lot of karate on a dragon in this one, which is pretty rad. And these are like really far out. They have so many characters, and it's really sort of in depth. Look at this beautiful drawing.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
We kind of alluded to in that Conan in the Sword and Sorcery episode, like Buscema draws these women's faces with these kind of amazing cat eyes.
Yeah,
all the time,
yeah.
And I love it. Like
it's just beautiful faces.
Here.
Simple hair. Yeah. Simple structure for the hair.
Let's look at an earlier Avengers.
Yeah.
Because he's probably doing it more here.
Yeah. Oh, look at that shot of Cap.
This is Tom Palmer inking.
Wait, go back. Oh no, there's a pipe in the way. I was like, someone forgot to draw the bottom of a leg.
No, it is a weird crop though.
Oh, cops are coming for us because we're dressed like bikers. There you go. Look at the Vision. He looks amazing.
Yeah, did he do that classic cover of like the red cover with the Vision, of the giant Vision on it?
I thought he did.
Cover? I thought
he did. Yeah. Look at that Kirby crackle. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought like a whack load of these Avengers yesterday, so I have to go through them. There's his original run in the 40s, I think like in the 40 and up, and then he comes back in the 80s for like a big run. These are like from his original run, I think. And then I have a bunch from the 80s that he came back to do a bunch of issues. Where are they? Blah, 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 blah. They're pretty cool too. There's one where Thor has a beard.
Oh yeah, I saw that one recently.
Yeah.
I wasn't ever like that into Avengers at the time, so.
Yeah, but there's like so, it's such a crazy ensemble cast. I mean, I don't want to knock them, but like, there's a piece of me that wishes. I'm not, it's kind of like, I just think it would have been cool if Secret Wars was drawn by Big John.
Yeah,
that's it.
It feels.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah,
I just wish Secret Wars. I love Secret Wars as it is. I think it's badass. But I also, there's a piece of me that's like, kind of wish it was Big John drew it. The other thing that...
Let's get into this.
Yeah. So if you are a comic artist, I don't even know if comic artists today know this book.
They must. So when I was kind of deciding I wanted to be a comic book artist, I was lucky enough to get in touch with the art director at Marvel, just through, I think I told this story, through like a weird confluence of events in my small town. Like, so a guy knew a guy, and he recommended, as I think everyone did at the time, to get some anatomy books and get this book. Like, if you wanted to learn how to draw comics, get How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. And probably this is like where I became really familiar with Buscema.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like I'd obviously read comics with him before, but I wasn't really super, like, to me it just looked kind of, at the time, looked like a house style.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I got this that I really properly appreciated just the craft, like, of his rendering and drawing.
I feel like Romita's also very close to Big John. Like, if you look at Romita's Spider-Man, I feel like it's like some of the most classic Marvel stuff you can look at.
Yeah, it was really polished. Like, it was kind of a different, like, Romita's stuff almost looked like the house marketing version of what Buscema was
These
doing.
are hilarious.
You know what I mean? Like, everything Romita did was so slick that you could put it on, like, letterhead. In fact, I would think it was on the checks for a while. That was a Romita Spider-Man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, everything that had Spider-Man on it looked like a
Romita drawing.
Spider-Man.
I have to go through this book again. But what's funny is, like, I bet you there's a lot of stuff. Like, this is basically drawing 101 so far. But really, they're going to leave off a bunch of, like, the most important things when you're drawing characters is, like, leave details off of girls' faces.
Well, I think
unless you want to make them look ugly. It must be in here.
I think he says that.
Like, I'm wondering if it's in here. Like, leave details off their faces. Look at that drawing of Sue Storm. It's awesome.
Yep.
It's awesome. That drawing is awesome. And look how much character it has. She's doing nothing, but it still has plenty of character. That's fantastic. Oh, just about the most classic pose of Dr. Doom you can get.
Here's this. I mean, this is what they call a normal guy next to a Marvel hero.
That's right. Okay. I always thought Marvel heroes were even taller.
Yeah. Well, he's like a little bit forward, but in terms of body shape, like, this is like a stock okay kind of pose, and this is...
Is that what he's saying right there?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, 2 shots of Dr. Doom. This is, I say, a somewhat ordinary pedestrian rendering. While this is in the dynamic Marvel style.
I think this is pretty great too, actually. Yeah. And that's a very Romita-looking Kingpin, for sure.
There's your guy.
Yep, there he is. Thor.
I tried inking a Buscema page once. Like, I found a scan of like a Conan page or something.
Oh, you did?
Pencils. It's not hard to find pencils, but it's interesting. I was just looking at his pencils here and how, like, it's rough, but like all the information is there. And I think that's why when we were looking at Conan also, like, you get a lot of variety in inks over Buscema because it can be interpreted in a million different ways, but all the actual information is
I've been doing this stuff lately. The knee lines.
What, this kind of feathering?
Just throw some lines on a knee like Buscema. Yeah. It's kind of funny. Yeah, he's getting into, like, figure drawing, but really dynamic poses. Look at that shot of Thor right there. Oh, it's so good. And, like, that shot right there, classic. Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. That's like a classic drawing you'd see, like, at a, art university.
Look at these shoulder muscles.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
He does, like, some of the best, like, most stable, muscular, perfect legs.
It's perfect. His legs are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's not hiding anything ever. And what's interesting to me is when you listen to those interviews with him, like, he doesn't hide the fact that he basically has no real love for superhero comics.
No, his love was like the Conan stuff.
Yeah, he liked doing Conan stuff, more realistic things. And
do you think it's also because the Conan stuff had, like, pseudo-adult nature sometimes?
I don't know. I assumed it was more to do with,
maybe
like...
oh, wow. Look at that Spider-Man drawing. It's fantastic.
There's definitely like an abstraction.
Do you
that
right
comes
now
with
want to
superhero
ink
comics?
that foot so it's finished?
No.
I do. I don't like that it's accidentally chopped off. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, and then he does the box
actually
thing.
like a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, it's great.
So we both owned this book and couldn't find it, so we had to go.
Yeah,
pick
we
up
both own it. We can't find it. We don't know where it went. Probably stolen. Someone made off with our Marvel Ways, so we got this one yesterday, and it was $25.
Yep. Oh, you can get it easily. Still.
Yeah, $25, no problem. Now we have it again in the studio.
Holy smokes.
Very cool.
Is that Neil Adams? Who did that?
Wouldn't it not be Big John?
No, a lot of these are different.
Oh yeah, no. Like I think I saw.
Artists.
That's a Kirby. That's a Kirby, isn't it?
Look at this.
Yeah.
Cool head shapes.
Crazy. Oh, Sue Storm, she looks amazing. The man could draw women really,
so
really
keep your
well.
female faces simple. Use no extra expression lines on the forehead or around the mouth or nose.
There you go. Yep.
These are kind of normal.
Says it right there.
Here's some Buscema eyes.
Yep. It's fantastic.
The Buscema eyes and
the
cheekbones.
eyes, nose. Oh man, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Awesome. Chapter 9, composition.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, now he's going to get into like a scenario where he moves the eye around and all the rest of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah, the classic example of like the guy entering the room or having a conversation in the room.
So
Here
cool.
it is. I always think about this. You remember this sequence?
Yeah.
Like two guys having a conversation in an office and how to do it in a boring way and how to do it in a Marvel way.
Oh man, I just did this and I feel like I probably did it in a boring way. I just did
We've
like a
all done
4-page office scene and I'm like, oh man, I should have looked at this again. Yeah, I should have.
Great suits.
Yeah, fantastic.
Guys in suits.
It's harder than you think doing suits.
Yeah,
I'm working on a scene where there's a guy wearing a suit, and it's if you don't look up reference, it's very difficult to figure out like the proper way the elbows fold, and that's pretty classic right there. Yeah, super classic.
Oh yeah,
cool.
here's like a.
Yeah, Kirby. That's great. Very cool.
So yeah, this was kind of my official introduction to Buscema as like his own force of nature.
So cool.
Yeah.
And then when we were getting into the 90s, this happened.
Was it 90s or late 80s?
Late 80s? 89? I want to say 89?
88.
88. Okay, so that's well before. But I remember buying this issue when it came out.
Me too.
In 88.
Actually, my brother bought it because
Brand
we were
new.
going to the comic store, and I was there to pick up ElfQuest and other things. And my brother came along and he was like, "Oh, maybe I want to get some comics. I don't know what to get." And the storekeeper said, "Well, this just came out."
Yeah, right.
And so he bought this, and I remember being real jealous afterwards.
Yeah, me too.
So
Wolverine #1.
So yeah, Wolverine. So this is like I might be mistaken, but I think this was the last stuff Buscema did for Marvel. This series.
Getting close, except for Punisher Warzone. He did a few issues of Punisher Warzone that we're going to talk about in a sec.
This was his last series.
This is,
though,
I
right?
think, the last series that he did. Yeah. It is. It's very expressive and brushy. It's not as tight as the Thor and Avengers stuff, but still, it's all still there, and it's all. It's a great read. At first, we were looking at this like a few months ago, and I was like, "Oh man, this isn't as like." I don't remember this. I remember liking it more. Mm-hmm. And then I looked at it again, and then, a couple days ago, I was sitting at the studio drawing, and I was like, you know what? Like, I love that cover. Like, that cover is so striking. And Claremont writing, and I read it from cover to cover and loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, the storytelling's brilliant.
I saw it
the story's
on,
brilliant.
I guess it might have been on like Marvel and whatever their digital services. Or somewhere I saw like the black and white. Maybe it's from one of the Essential books. It's so good in black and white.
Yeah.
It's such a kick-ass.
Yeah, I bet. Like, this whole intro where he takes on these pirates is just like so well done. The pacing is brilliant. And he's like Jason or Michael Myers. He's like hiding in the bushes, stepping over tripwires, like taking out guys one by one where you don't even see him yet, right? Until he shows himself, like just taking out guys one by one until he walks into frame and boom.
Wait, this
giant shot of Wolverine.
Isn't this inked by like, Al Williamson? It is.
Yep.
So, also, Al Williamson is amazing.
God. Al Williamson.
But yeah,
we'll have to do an Al
it's
Williamson
interesting
episode.
to see how he interprets John, like just the like line weights and stuff like that.
Okay, so why don't you tell them what bugs you the most about Wolverine and these things?
Well, it's not that it bugs me. It's just that as a kid, I was utterly confused by this like mesh netting shadow thing over his eye.
I think we all were.
Because it's there consistently. Like it looks like a costume
His
feature.
eyes are always meshed with hatching.
I mean, I think I know what he was going for, but like
I think they're going through like a Dracula thing, but the Dracula thing is opposite.
Well, look here, it looks like a literal mask.
Yeah, it looks like a mask. It's so weird.
So I was very confused.
I think everyone was. But if you want to get a guy to draw you a pile of bodies being attacked by another guy, John Buscema is your guy. If it's not Frazetta, it's got to be John Buscema drawing a pile of dudes getting wasted by one guy. No one does it as good as Buscema.
One cool thing about this series was that he had different inkers. So like later on, you've got Bill Sienkiewicz inking over John Buscema, and that actually, as a kid, I think I was already into Sienkiewicz at the time because of Electra Assassin. But I saw this and I was like, holy shit! That's a really interesting combination.
Did he ink? Did Sienkiewicz ink
this
whole issue?
The whole issue.
Let's keep seeing it.
So like, this is all like you can see like
24 hours.
You can see solid Buscema here.
Look at huge Stan Lee presents.
Yeah. Stan was heavily involved in this issue.
Oh yeah, for sure. I bet.
But like, wow, look at these poses.
Oh yeah. Look at this leg. It's funny.
Like the leaning over the bar.
Yeah.
This casual leg pose. Like, I love seeing Sienkiewicz ink this stuff. Like, it's such a cool
it's super
look.
cool. Do I like it as much as Al Williamson? I don't know.
I like it as much in a different way.
Yeah, in a different way.
I was very excited when I first noticed it. You know, I mean, you said you liked this series when it came out, but I think a lot of that also had to do with the fact that we were not oversaturated with Wolverine at the time. Like this
were we?
No, because aside from his the Miller Claremont limited series, I think this was his first series.
Yeah, this is his very first series, but I remember jonesing for it because I remember reading Wolverine and X-Men, being like, "Oh, he's got his own series."
Yeah, but you had to be reading X-Men to get Wolverine.
Yeah, you had to be an X-Men fan to really get it, and then when you opened it, you were just losing your marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Wolverine off in another part of the world, just being a badass on his own.
Yeah. Really, really cool.
Like, he makes this look so effortless.
Oh, so cool. And like some iconic covers on the first 10.
Yeah.
Like this guy right here.
Just throw them out there.
I think about this cover all the time. Like when I was a kid, I thought that cover was just the wildest, most awesome thing ever. This like patch where he's like, and I love that in the movie they did patch. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Also, like, look at these pant cuffs. Look at this pant drapery. I always marvel at that. Like, he's so good at it.
In that Deadpool Wolverine movie, there's a part where Wolverine comes out in the brown costume, and Deadpool goes, "Oh, it's the classic John Byrne tan and brown." And I'm like, was John Byrne the first guy to do tan and brown?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah? But for me, I was also like, my first thought was when Wolverine fought the Hulk, he was not in this costume.
Hold on. Did Buscema ink this himself? Just says John Buscema artist.
Yep.
Because it's like,
yeah, you got a big John only.
Just having a quick glance at it, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing one on his own.
Oh man.
Oh, wicked. That's fantastic.
Oh, this is so good.
Yep.
Look at the simplicity of this figure.
It's so he's inking himself, and it's more spot blacks.
Yeah.
Look at this haloing. Look at the haloing around the Grey Hulk here.
It's less kind of scratchy.
That's a brilliant panel. It's so small, and it's so good. Oh my god. I need to... The problem is if I have the Marvel app, and I could go back and look at these, and I'm just going to hate it because it looks so weird digitally. Or whenever they do reprints, it's awful. Like those Secret Wars reprints I just got that Marvel issued, they're just awful. Mm. Like it doesn't... Oh,
man.
Oh, it's so good.
The flat colors are so good on this.
Yep. It's brilliant. This panel, too. Oh, my God. The compositions are gorgeous.
Yeah, like, I feel like in a lot of
ways... Oh,
my
God. Do you remember these? These videos?
Isn't that Pride of the X-Men? What's he holding up here?
Those are cool.
I don't remember what
Aren't those the Stanley interviews?
no,
it's upside down
those
for me.
are not the Staber home video ones.
Yeah, the
That's
Staber
only-
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's its own.
I love those too. Those are
too.
so cool.
I only had the Jim Lee one, but I've seen all of them since. Now they're on YouTube. This is so classic, and he does this size contrast so well between Wolverine and the Hulk.
Yeah, it's perfect. Oh, he got punched out by the Grey Hulk. I like Grey Hulk. Grey Hulk is also one of the last 3 Kenner Legends figures I don't have.
Yeah, we'll get you there.
Ant-Man, Grey Hulk,
Oh, there's a
and
Rob
Invisible.
pinup. Oh,
Yep.
these also had awesome.
Yeah, they had great back.
You got John Byrne.
John Byrne. Is that Liefeld?
Yeah, that's Liefeld.
What's on the back of this one? Oh,
Kent Williams.
Kent Williams. Wow.
There's a McFarlane one
There's
somewhere.
one over here too. What's this? Schwinn.
Nothing.
You know about Schwinn?
Yeah. The Schwinn Wolverine.
Schwinn.
We have more over here. Anyway, there were some cool gallery shots.
Yeah, he just encapsulates everything that makes Marvel amazing. This is a really late one. This one here, I just got it.
He encapsulates more than that. Like
months
he
ago.
sort of, to me, encapsulates American comic books.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
like his style is definitely what you would think of. That's a great Punisher face, though. But I remember like reading this and thinking it was kind of funny. Like had some really goofy choices.
Who inked this?
I don't know who inked it. I don't know that they're doing him any favors. I kind of think they're not doing him any favors. But there's one bad guy in here that's like laughable. He has like a machine gun arm. This guy.
Oh yeah. I like this
dude.
guy.
Yeah.
That's a cool face.
Oh, that almost looks like a Cubert. It's funny. Yeah, so I think this is one of the last things he did. He did a few issues of this Punisher Warzone, and his Punisher is so beef. Like he's super beefy.
Yeah.
Like I love it. It's so cool. He draws like Conan's body with Punisher. It's really, really cool. I'm really bummed that
Where are the credits?
Punisher is gone now in Marvel. Like, yeah, check out the credits.
I do want to look at eventually like the Romita Jr. Punisher Warzone series.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Larry Hama.
Larry Hama's in the house.
Oh, Larry Hama doing Punisher Warzone.
There you go. Hey, there it is. There it is. It comes up every time.
Every time.
Every time Larry Hama comes up. Every single time.
And not by design.
Not by design. It's just always there. He's always there. We need a shrine to Larry Hama behind us.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was on the back of this one.
What's on that one?
Oh, this is like a John Bolton.
Oh, I remember that one. That cover's hilarious. That reminds me of that bubblegum ad we were talking about.
Yes.
The other episode with the cowboy bubblegum.
The gross
Yubba
stippled
Bubba
one.
or Bubba, whatever.
Yubba Bubba.
Yubba Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the other issues that I loved in this is I found an issue where Thor wrestles this big El Toro guy.
El Toro Robo.
And yeah, and there's basically a bunch of I think there's a wrestler Asgardian in this that he has to like save, and it's a Roy Thomas story.
This is not Buscema. This is.
Oh, who am I looking at here?
Someone else.
Wait a second.
Someone I'm not familiar with. Arvell Jones.
Oh, it's Arvell Jones. Sorry. Anyway, I bought it at the same time, and I thought it was really funny. We'll get rid of that because that's not Buscema. Pretty fantastic though.
Hey, I just noticed something? Did Sienkiewicz re-ink this corner box? Because it's different. Look, well, someone removed the net over his eyes. It looks like it's been altered.
The shoulder's different. Shoulder hair is different. Yeah, it's different. I think they got rid of the netting and someone had to re-ink the whole thing.
I wonder where we're really getting.
That's
into
what's
the
up.
weeds here,
Someone had to like redo it all.
See, let me see, like issue 2
Yeah.
here. Does he still have the net over?
Do you remember this cover?
Oh yes. Who's on
That cover I love.
There you go, Todd.
Todd.
I love
Amazing.
that Todd's Wolverine just looks like Todd. With
Yeah, that's
Wolverine
great.
hair.
Yeah, it does look like Todd. That's funny.
Oh,
Oh, wicked.
that's issue 2.
That's really cool. That's a lot of arm hair.
So issue 2, Buscema. This one's Klaus Janson inking.
Whoa.
So Al Williamson did issue 1, Janson on issue 2, which I think is a really good.
Maybe that was why I thought these
follow-up?
books were a little weird. They always had a different anchor. That's a bit strange.
I just really wanted to see if when he's in his Wolverine black gear, if he has the net over his eyes again.
These comics were pretty cool too, that I got when I was picking up stuff. This one here isn't John though. I thought this one was John. I think the other one is John. Let me just double check. Either that or it's just on my, no, these ones aren't. It's Thor fighting Hitler, but I thought it was John. It's not John. Those ones were great. Those were a good read. Any time like Thor also fights the Destroyer, I freak out. So in this one he fights the Destroyer. I think the Destroyer, and it's a Donald Blake issue.
So if anyone can like get us a line on cool. John's Silver Surfer series.
Yeah, we're looking for those. Yeah. We're looking for those. If you have a line on those.
It's like 18 issues or something, right?
It's not bad, but I would love to get them all. That'd be really cool. But this is my guy right here. John Buscema. Yeah. My ultimate guy. Lived in Long Island. Never came into the office from what I heard, very rarely. Maybe once or twice a year, and they let him just do his thing out there in Long Island. That's isn't that the way we all want it eventually?
I'm jealous you got to see those pages.
Oh, it was dope. If we ever get out there, and we call it stuff, we might be able to get
They were inked pages, like finished ones.
Yeah, we could get out to Long Island, and I'm sure she still has it. It doesn't seem like something she would sell. But it was a stack of John Buscema art, like I think yay high, if I remember. I may be exaggerating, but it felt like it was.
Were they 11 by 17?
Pages. Yeah, hundreds of pages. I think it was 11 by 17, but it might have been 13 by 19. I don't remember. A little hazy. But there we go. John Buscema, the man, the myth, my favorite, my hero.
Yeah, he's amazing. We could go on and on. Well, we'll see.
You'll see a lot more. It comes up also like every episode.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Let's
now that we're in our Terminator jackets.
Yeah. Let's
call it. That was John Buscema. Until next time.